Hello again, and welcome to another installment of Fantastic Five, the show where we tell you how to put 5 of something from the world of comics in the correct order. This week, we're taking a look at 5 of the best werewolves in comics. In past episodes, we've given you the definitive rankings for comics' greatest Draculas, Frankensteins, and giant monsters, and now, with Halloween right around the corner, it's time to talk about our favorite lycanthropes. So load up on silver bullets and remember, even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Number 5, Timberwolf. If you find yourself a character in a comic book, I think one of the best possible pieces of advice I can give you is, try not to have a scientist for a father. It almost never goes well, even if you live deep in outer space on the planet Zune in the 30th century. Young Bryn Londo didn't heed this advice, and because of it, his life has been a roller coaster of time-traveling, werewolf, superhero insanity. His dad used Zunium rays to give him superpowers which, okay, that's nice, but everything after that has been pretty awful. A jealous android tricked and replaced him. He was mutated into a big dog that everyone called Furball for a while. He went back in time to the 20th century, but was stuck teaming up with the Bloodlines character Jan. He did get one of those Legion flight rings out of the deal though, so I guess it's not all bad. Number 4, Werewolf by Night. Some people get a car for their 18th birthday, or maybe they get a trip somewhere fun, but poor Jack Russell got the short end of the Teen Wolf stick when he inherited the curse of becoming a werewolf for his 18th birthday. As if trying to figure out where he wanted to go to college wasn't pressure enough, now he's got to deal with ancient family curses and worrying about if he's going to wake up one morning naked in the woods, covered in deer blood. Plus, I'm sure if you eat a deer raw when you're a werewolf, that's really gonna wreck your stomach once you turn back into a human. Eventually, Jack gained full control over his furry side and used his wolf abilities to fight crime and pal around with other spooky Marvel characters such as the Legion of Monsters. Number 3, Del Werewolf. If you've been paying attention to this show for a while, you may have figured out that we're incredibly fond of the Del monsters. If you have no idea what that means, I'll try to make it quick. In 1966, Del Comics held the rights to the Universal Monsters, but they also wanted to capitalize on the wave of popularity superheroes were enjoying thanks to the Batman TV series and all the great Silver Age comics that were flying off of newsstands. So what was their solution? Use the name recognition of the monsters to make new superhero characters, of course. Dracula became a kind of super Batman, Frankenstein became a kind of super Hulk, and the Wolfman became the only superhero super spy in the world. Instead of being an actual werewolf, that's Major Wily Wolf's codename when he dons the 1-molecule thick, ultra high-tech werewolf suit. Also, he has a wolf named Thor that he can talk to. Someone bring this guy back already. Number 2, Capwolf. If there's one thing I've learned from my years of talking about comics on the internet, it's this. If you ever talk about Captain America's history and don't mention the fact that for a few issues in the 90s he got turned into a werewolf, people will absolutely lose their minds. So, in Captain America number 404, Cap has been investigating a whole town of werewolves, which I guess you'd call a wolf pack, when he gets beat up by a mind-controlled Wolverine and injected with a werewolf serum by Nightshade, the Queen of Werewolves. All of Marvel's wolf characters turn out for this story, and eventually Cable also shows up because this was the 90s. As you might imagine, after a number of fights and a werewolf pyramid, the good guys win, and eventually Cap gets turned back to normal. This story was momentous enough in Captain America's history that they made an action figure of it. Now, please never ask me about this again. And number 1, Bigby Wolf. As one of the main characters of the long-running and critically acclaimed Fables, Bigby Wolf, aka the Big Bad Wolf from the fairy tales of Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs, has been around forever and has seen and done it all. Of all the werewolves and wolfmen on our list, old Bigby has got to be the most successful by a mile. The son of a white wolf in the North Wind, the former runt of the litter eventually grew until he was so big he could defeat entire armies, and so bad that he was eating entire villages of people. Sure, he had to leave the Fables' homelands to come to the plain old mundane world, but thanks to that, he eventually married and had his own litter of kids with Snow White. So I'd say that worked out pretty well. The only thing he really has going against him is that, being a wolf guy, he has to shave several times a day. Small price to pay for getting to be friends with Dracula, though. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic Five. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.